Hi, my name is Lizzie Gahagan, and today I'm here to talk about how you treat yourself affects others. I had this one friend. We were super close. Hang out every weekend, all summer break type close. As time went on, I slowly started to notice a change in her. She started acting very differently. She would constantly make what she considered to be jokes about herself and say they were normal. Our friendship was based off of jokes. Everyone in our friend group made jokes. It was just the way we acted. But these jokes, they just weren't normal. She would constantly say things like, "Oh, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid, I suck at everything, I'm so ugly," and she would try to turn them into a joke. And they weren't things that she should be joking about. And it made me and everyone else around her not want to be around her. I talked about it with some people and we realized, well, if she was saying this stuff about herself, what could she be saying about us? It created a very toxic environment and no one wanted to be around her. Our friendship ended due to other reasons, but that is not the point. The moral of the story is the things you say about yourself can truly affect others. To get my peers' input on this subject, I asked 9 different people 4 different questions. The first question I asked was, is it easier to be nice to yourself or other people? 7 of the people that I interviewed answered that it is easier to be nice to other people, while the other 2 answered that it is easier to be nice to yourself. I then asked, is it easier to treat other people nicely after you treated yourself nicely? Why or why not? 8 of the people that I interviewed answered, yes, it is easier. Their reason for this was because when they feel good about themselves, it is easier for them to feel good about others. One person said, it doesn't make a difference if they feel good about themselves or not, it was just easy for them to give compliments. I then asked, can you tell when other people aren't confident or don't like themselves? Everyone answered yes. Going off the previous question, the last question I asked was, how does other people's way of treating themselves make you feel or act around them? Everyone said that depending on how they treated themselves or what they said about themselves determined if they wanted to be around those people or not. One person specifically said, no one wants to be around someone who is down or brings a negative feeling around. Another person said, if they are treating themselves well, I want to be around them because it is comforting. Trust me when I say people recognize how you treat yourself and no one wants to be around someone who makes them feel uncomfortable. To further my understanding about this subject, I did some research. Both therapists, doctors, and scientists all say the same things. We hold ourselves to a higher standard than others. We also judge ourselves differently than we judge our peers. But when we judge ourselves or hold ourselves to too high of a standard, things get bad. When you start doing this, you push your thoughts of how you should be onto others. So when you think this isn't good enough or I hate the way I look, you become fixated on that specific feeling and thought and you start applying it to other people. You then start to judge other people the same way you are judging yourself. And while you do that, the people around you start to notice and not want to be around you. Another thing these people say is that if you are tearing yourself down out loud or making jokes, the people around you, your friends especially, will see it and mirror that behavior. Meaning, if you make a joke about how ugly you are, someone might continue that joke and start calling you ugly. They do this because they see that you're doing it and think it's okay. In my personal experience, hearing someone say that to me, even if it was a joke, is hurtful. This cycle continues until no one is comfortable or wants to be around each other. The last thing I read was that knowing your body language tells thoughts and actions and what they mean can help you identify others' body language tells thoughts and actions. If you take anything away from this talk, I hope it's that you always remember to love yourself, not just for others, but for you. Yes, saying kind things about yourself helps others, but thinking kind thoughts about yourself will greatly benefit you. Ann Curry once said, when you treat yourself right, you run better and more efficiently, which means you don't have to go 100 miles an hour to get everything done. So always remember, love yourself. It helps everyone.